Hi everybody, this is Mike, and today we're going to go over the May position report. This is the 10th position report of the 25 crop year. Generally, this is in line with what most people had expected. Shipments were slightly better than they were last year. However, one of the more outliers that hadn't really been discussed were really sales. Sales for the month were 139 million pounds, which is the best May sales in basically a decade. Also, what we were looking for or looking at were the 26 crop sales. Last year, there's about 66 million pounds of new crop sales made at this point in time, and today the industry is holding 92 million. So I think looking again very good. If you include the new crop and the current crop sales made in May, it was one of the more active months of May we've seen in some time. Diving into those shipments maybe a little bit more, what most of the industry was looking at were the bifurcation of kind of kernel shipments and in-shell shipments. In-shell shipments to India specifically were down 26% for the month. For context, basically April through July last year, the almond industry hit really record shipments going into India every single month. And we're really been falling short of that. India is now basically down 9% for the season. I believe that's because California has materially made less in-shell than we made this time last year. So it's probably going to make this transitionary period going from the 25 into the 26 crop look a little bit different than the industry has been used to the last 4 or 5 years. So generally, this report is within expectations. However, I think we could caveat a few things as kind of much more positive than most had expected. Generally in the market today, we are seeing in-shell be a premium versus kernels. And so that's quite a change from the beginning of the crop year. That premium has started to translate into the new crop. So August in-shell has been highly sought after. There's been a little bit of in-shell trade kind of for September and a little bit less in-shell trade a little bit further out. Kernels out of Southeast Asia have been sought after to some degree. We kind of continue to the same trend this as the season is seen, basically all season long, which is very hand to mouth. We've seen quite a bit of interest for prompt shipments on kernels still. So I think going into the new crop period, I think there's going to be items that will be running out in California. And basically the uncommitted inventory, the inventory that is left to sell in California is about 5% less than it was at this point last year. I think overall, we find ourselves in California in a very good position. So as the market continues to develop and prices change, we'll continue to keep you updated. Thank you. This has been Mike.